In the vast expanse of the Eurasian continent, a nation was born steeped in history and mystery. This nation is Russia, a land of intrigue and paradoxes, a mosaic of cultures, traditions, and narratives that weave an intricate tapestry of its past and present. At the dawn of history, the Viking Rus navigated the mighty rivers, establishing trade routes and settlements. This marked the genesis of a nation that would come to wield considerable influence on the world stage. These Norse adventurers laid the groundwork for a federation of territories that would eventually coalesce into the Grand Duchy of Moscow. Yet the path to unity was not without its trials and tribulations. The Mongol yoke, a period of subjugation under the Mongol Empire, left an indelible imprint on the Russian psyche. For over 2 centuries, Russia was a vassal state, its people living under the shadow of foreign domination. But through the crucible of oppression, the seeds of resistance were sown. In the 15th century, Ivan the Terrible ascended to the throne. His reign marked the end of the Mongol yoke and the rise of Moscow as a significant power. Despite his notorious reputation, Ivan the Terrible was instrumental in consolidating Russian territories, laying the foundation for a centralized state. His reign, though fraught with conflict and controversy, marked a pivotal turning point in Russia's history. However, the legacy of the Mongol yoke is not simply one of subjugation and suffering, but also one of cultural exchange and adaptation. This period saw Russia absorb elements of Mongol governance, military tactics, and art, shaping its unique identity in the process. The Mongol yoke, therefore, serves as a testament to Russia's resilience and adaptability, its ability to transform adversity into strength. Thus, amidst turmoil and transformation, Russia began to shape its unique identity. The birth of this nation is a tale of resilience and resolve, a testament to the indomitable spirit of its people who have weathered the storms of history to forge a nation that continues to intrigue and inspire. As the dust of the Middle Ages settled, a new era dawned, the reign of the Tsars. In the vast expanse of Russia, the age of the Tsars was a time of grandeur, transformation, and turmoil. At the heart of this epoch was the Romanov Dynasty, a family of rulers whose reign spanned 3 centuries, forever changing the face of Russia. The Romanovs ascended to the throne during a period of political unrest, and their rule was marked by a delicate balance of power and diplomacy. They were the architects of a new Russia, one that would eventually stand shoulder to shoulder with the great powers of the world. One of the most transformative figures of this period was Peter the Great. His insatiable curiosity and ambition spurred the westernization of Russia. Peter, driven by a vision of modernity, brought about sweeping reforms in government, military, and culture. He moved the capital from Moscow to the newly built city of St. Petersburg, a symbol of his aspiration to connect Russia with the West. Then came Catherine the Great, a German princess turned Russian empress. Her reign was marked by territorial expansion and cultural enlightenment. Under her rule, Russia annexed Crimea and parts of Poland, bolstering its influence in Eastern Europe. She was a patron of the arts, fostering a cultural blossoming that is still celebrated today. Yet beneath the opulence of the imperial court lay a stark contrast: the serfdom system. The majority of Russians were serfs, tied to the land and at the mercy of their lords. This system, deeply entrenched in society, was a ticking time bomb that would eventually lead to upheaval. The Tsars, with their grand palaces and sweeping reforms, were more than just rulers. They were the embodiment of a nation's aspirations and its contradictions. They were the architects of modern Russia, yet their rule was marked by a deep social divide. The Tsars left an indelible mark on Russia, shaping its destiny for centuries to come. At the brink of the 20th century, Russia stood on the precipice of cataclysmic change. The year was 1917, and the world watched in rapt attention as Russia, a nation steeped in centuries-old traditions, was convulsed by a revolution that would reshape its very fabric. The Bolsheviks, led by the charismatic and unyielding Vladimir Lenin, seized power, overthrowing the Russian provisional government and ending more than 300 years of Romanov rule. The revolution marked a seismic shift, replacing the monarchy with a communist government and changing Russia into the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, the USSR. The rise of Lenin, however, was just the beginning. In the wake of Lenin's death, the formidable Joseph Stalin ascended the ranks, becoming the USSR's second leader. His rule, characterized by an iron fist and a single-minded pursuit of industrialization, left an indelible mark on the Soviet Union and the world at large. His policies, while propelling the USSR into an industrial powerhouse, came with a steep human cost. The Great Purge, a brutal political campaign to eliminate dissent within the Communist Party and the wider Soviet society, saw countless lives lost and families torn apart. Yet despite the internal turmoil, the USSR's influence and power on the global stage continued to grow. And then there was the Second World War. The Soviet Union, alongside the Allies, played a pivotal role in defeating Nazi Germany. The war years, however, were marred by immense suffering and loss, with the Soviet Union experiencing the highest casualties of any country involved in the conflict. The aftermath of World War II saw the Soviet Union emerge as a global superpower, its influence extending far beyond its borders. Its rivalry with the United States, known as the Cold War, would define world politics for the better part of the 20th century. In the crucible of revolution and war, the Soviet Union emerged as a global superpower. It was an era of profound transformation, a time when the Soviet Union left an indelible mark on the pages of history. As the Iron Curtain fell, a new chapter in Russian history began. The dissolution of the USSR in December 1991 marked the end of an era, sending shockwaves across the globe. The once mighty superpower found itself in a state of flux, struggling to find its footing in a rapidly changing world. Boris Yeltsin, a charismatic and controversial figure, emerged as the president of the newly formed Russian Federation. His leadership marked a dramatic shift for the country as he championed the transition from a centrally planned economy to a market-based one. This period, known as the Yeltsin Era, was characterized by economic instability, political corruption, and a plunge into chaos. The promise of prosperity was overshadowed by a harsh reality of economic hardship for many Russians. The turbulence of the Yeltsin years also saw the eruption of the Chechen Wars. The conflicts in the North Caucasus region were a stark reminder of the deep-seated ethnic and political tensions that still simmered beneath the surface of the new Russia. These wars, fraught with violence and human rights abuses, cast a long and troubling shadow over the nation's path to peace and stability. As the 20th century drew to a close, a new figure ascended to power, Vladimir Putin. Bringing with him a promise of stability and strength, Putin's leadership marked a significant turn in Russia's post-Soviet narrative. His reign, however, has not been without controversy. Accusations of authoritarianism, suppression of political dissent, and manipulation of the media have made Putin a contentious figure on the global stage. The post-Soviet era has been a tumultuous journey for Russia, marked by profound transformation and enduring challenges. The nation, once hidden behind the Iron Curtain, now stands at a crossroads, grappling with its past as it charts its future. The legacy of the Soviet Union continues to cast a long shadow, shaping Russia's political, economic, and social landscape. In the wake of the Soviet Union's collapse, Russia grapples with its past and future. Today, Russia stands as a fascinating blend of history and modernity. As we step into the 21st century, Russia is a beacon of contrasts. Its political climate is as intriguing as it is complex. On one hand, we see a nation that is a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, exerting its influence and power on the global stage. On the other, we see a country grappling with political and societal issues, with the world watching closely. The country's leadership under President Vladimir Putin is a subject of intense global scrutiny. His tenure, marked by centralization of power and control, has seen Russia reassert its global influence and military might. Yet, it's not without its fair share of controversy. Accusations of political repression, media censorship, and allegations of electoral fraud have raised questions about Russia's democratic credentials. The economy, too, is a study in contrasts. Russia, with its vast natural resources, is one of the world's leading exporters of oil and gas. Yet economic sanctions and a reliance on energy exports have posed significant challenges. Despite these hurdles, Russia has shown resilience, harnessing technology and innovation to diversify its economy. But this isn't just a story of politics and power. It's about the people and the culture. Russia is a patchwork quilt of over 140 ethnic groups, each with their unique traditions and customs. This diversity is reflected in everything from its cuisine to its literature, its music to its art, making Russia a rich and vibrant cultural tapestry. And then there are the women of Russia. They are driving change, breaking barriers, and challenging stereotypes, from the boardroom to the ballet stage. Their stories are a testament to the evolving role of women in Russian society. As it continues to evolve, Russia remains a nation of stark contrasts and enduring intrigue. From its early formation to its current state, Russia's history is a captivating saga of power, revolution, and resilience. As we've journeyed through the ages, we've seen how Russia's past shapes its present and future. Join us next time as we delve deeper into the rich tapestry of this enigmatic nation.